Hello. I'm finally back. Yeah. Sorry I've been gone so long, but I can't really control when I'm sick, can I? I mean, I guess you kind of can, but I could not have recorded in that condition I was in. Absolutely not. But we're back now. And yes, I did finish Invincible, and yes, I will be doing my review of season 3 at some point. But I want to do this video first because spoiler alert, I didn't care much for season 3. Like, it's the best but the weakest season. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but yeah. Anyway, we're doing my ranking of season 2 of Helluva Boss. Like with this tier list has season 1 episodes too, but I've like moved them to the bottom so that the season 2 episodes are there instead. But if you see them, that's why, And I'm not going to be ranking them here because what's the point? I did it last time. If you didn't see that, go watch it. But let's get into it. So I feel bad for this one, but seeing stars, generally the weakest episode for me. Like, it's not a bad episode per se, but I don't think it's a good episode. I really don't. I really actually think it's one of the worst episodes. It's just such a mess for me. Like, I don't like when episodes of shows are a total mess, and this was no exception. Like, it really wasn't. Like, I do feel bad for Octavia, and I did talk about how Octavia's, like, it makes sense why she did what she did in this episode, but yeah, it's just a mess. And, speaking of messy episodes, unhappy campers. Why did they do this to Moxie? Like, Moxie's so unlikable in this episode. Like, why is he jealous of Millie? Like, no. Like, you'd never be jealous of Millie. Like, him and Millie are inseparable and they love each other and support each other. Why would he all of a sudden be jealous that she's finally getting attention, that she never gets, by the way? Just saying. So yeah, this episode, for that reason, I don't like that. The subplot with Blitz trying to find his sister is cool. I like that. I like Barbie as well. And she also confirmed that imps can have human forms, which is cool as well. But, sorry, Moxie, you ruined this episode for me. I just don't like it. Anyway, Western Energy. This is another messy episode as well. It's cool seeing Stryker again, even though he has a different voice actor in this episode, but it's fine. And, it's intimidating how, like, he got under Stolas' skin when he brought Via into it, but before then, Stolas wasn't even taking any of this seriously, and it's so funny. I do like that. I do like the subplot as well when, when Blitz is trying to get Luna her shots, but she refuses. Although, one thing I do kind of feel like is that they should have had Luna, like, speak in this episode. I don't know. Feels weird that she just doesn't speak at all in this episode. I get what they were going for, and they couldn't. Because, like, Viva said that she wanted to give, like, a more puppy feel to Luna, and that she didn't have, like, a high budget for, like, the whole cast to be in the episode, but still, it just felt weird. I don't know. X is a no. Is this that one? Yeah, it's that one. I'll put this here. Yeah, this episode, it's like, gives us good lore about Moxie's backstory and how his dad is a mafia boss, but, like, it also kind of doesn't make sense in a way because they're imps, and imps are the lowest class demon of them all, so how did this imp in particular get to, like, such a like, high status where he can literally try and blackmail a Sin? But I'm getting ahead of myself there. But yeah, I do like, seeing Moxie's backstory and but then it also has Chaz as well, and Chaz is disgusting. Like, I don't even think there's any other word to describe him. He's disgusting. So yeah. it, it was also really scary seeing the way that Moxie's mum was treated as well. Especially since it was implied that she was killed by Moxie's dad. So yeah, that's dark. But I don't really know what else to say about this episode, so let's just move on. Episode 1, the circus. I guess I'll put you here, I guess. It's weird because this tier list I found has, like, more, like, sections on it, like, more, what's it called, ranks on it than I wrote on my list, because I wrote, like, S rank to D rank, but this has, technically it has S rank to E rank, so it's thrown me off a bit. Sorry. Anyway, the circus is the season premiere. We saw this episode before we saw the season 1 finale, which is so funny as well. I told that story in the first part if you want to see it, but yeah. It starts with a flashback of Stolas and Blitz when they're kids, but as you can see here, we also meet Stolas' dad and we meet Blitz's dad, and they are not good parents. Like, yeah. And we also see that Stolas and Blitz met each other as kids, which I wasn't really under the impression under, but like they made it make sense, so it's fine. It also shows that his relationship with Stella was arranged, and some people said that's a retcon and it doesn't make sense, but it actually does because I heard people talk about that theory like long before this episode came out, and they clearly didn't like each other. Like I think it makes sense. I think some people just don't listen, to be honest. Yeah. But yeah, I do like this episode. It just, it's middle ground for me. Anyway, oops. This is the episode when Blitz and Fizz start talking again, and that's really nice as well because I like them together. Like, they're not together, like, I mean as friends. Although Blitz did loves, like, well, yeah, he was in love with Fizzaroli when he was younger, but obviously they stopped talking because, on his birthday, Blitz accidentally set fire to their tent because they lived in a circus, and then the fireworks blew Fizz up, and from his perspective, Blitz did it because he was jealous and then ran away and never spoke to him again for whatever reason. But from Blitz's perspective, it was an accident, and he tried to save his mum as well, but his mum died in the fire, and then his family shunned him and kicked him out, basically, and then told Fizzaroli that, he did it on purpose, which he didn't. He even did try to visit Fizzaroli in the hospital, but they wouldn't let him see him, so yeah. It was a shame, that Blitz's dad kind of pushed that narrative on them both, and, there was no need for that, I know he just he destroyed your circus, but he didn't mean to. Like, you didn't need to do that to him to ruin his friendship like that. And it's also why his sister doesn't talk to him anymore, because their mum died, and his sister started taking drugs because of that. So, yeah, I should have said that when I was talking about the camper episode. But yeah, it's a good episode. And there's also the subplot where Stolas is trying to get an Osmodian crystal from Osmodius, the king of lust. But then, like, because Fizz and Blitz get kidnapped by Crimson, Moxie's dad, they have to, like, do paperwork to try and get him back, and it is quite funny, actually. So yeah, that is funny. I'm sorry if I'm not, like, giving a good description of the episodes. I'm not, like, 100% better yet. What's next? The full moon. Is that this one? Yeah. You know what? We're gonna put you on like because you're more than meh, in my opinion. Sorry, it's just the way this is laid out is throwing me off. This episode is the return of the Cherubs and the return of the Dork Agents, and let's be real, we all knew that they were gonna team up. We all knew that. This is about Blitz getting ready to see Stolas for their, like, arrangement, if you remember. But what Blitz doesn't know is that Stolas has an Osmodian crystal for him, and he's gonna give it to him. Like, so they don't have to do their arrangement anymore, so he can use it to go to Earth to do his business. So yeah, it has one of my favorite songs in the series as well, When I See Him. They did say it was a duet, but it's not a duet, like, let's be real. And then the subplot with the Cherubs, they go to hell for the first time to, like, try and kill Blitz, and they see that he's getting ready for his date, but they think he's doing something really evil, and it's actually funny. Because they don't know how hell works. Because they, like, so yeah, that was really funny. The Dork Agents didn't really do much either. They just kind of set up the Cherubs to be in hell, but yeah. And in the end, when, Stolas gives Blitz the crystal, but Blitz thinks it's, like, foreplay, and that hurts Stolas' feelings, and to be fair, it did kind of, not make much sense because, then Stolas starts gaslighting Blitz, kind of, and makes it seem like he's done nothing wrong. And I actually saw what other people saw for the first time, so yeah, Stolas is a bit of a hypocrite there. But yeah, the episode itself is good. Anyway, what do I have after that? Mammon's musical special. I'm not saying the full title. So this is the episode right after Oops, and it's when we meet the King of Greed, Mammon, and he's putting on a clown pageant, and Fizzaroli is entering, obviously, and he wins every year, but this Fizzaroli is kind of getting sick of it, and, doesn't want to do it anymore, but I won't spoil the episode because it is one of the best episodes, so just go watch it. But it is a lot. But Mammon is I don't like Mammon as a person, but he's a very good villain. I will give him that. Anyway, after that we have Apology Tour. I like this episode. So basically, because of what happened in the Full Moon episode, Blitz is now trying to prove a point to Stolas and apologizing to everyone that he's hurt. But he's doing it in a way where he's not actually sorry. But then when it comes to, because Verosica, I talked about her before, she does, because this is true, by the way, on Halloween, that's when all the demons can, like, roam Earth without having to, like, worry about people seeing them. That is real, by the way. That's what Halloween is about. So on Earth, Veronica does a party for all of Blitz's exes. It's an anti-Blitz party, and okay, I do need to say, from a writing point of view, I don't like the idea because it's like you're putting all this anti-Blitz stuff, but like Stolas is also in the wrong as well. They're both in the wrong, so it's not just one over the other. So I feel like you should have at least had the plan to like do some anti-Stolas merch as well, which you didn't. Like Stolas is getting what he deserves now, but you didn't really do anything of like merch wise, like anti-Stolas merch, and I think that's kind of weird. So anyway, that's just a tangent. Sorry. The episode itself is really good because Stolas does like a performance about like how him and Blitz maybe weren't meant to be, and it makes Blitz sad. And then that's when he actually does give Stolas a sincere apology, but Stolas is too drunk to accept it right now. But then he actually does go to apologize to Veronica as well, and well, she doesn't forgive him. You can tell that she does know that he is being genuine, which is really nice. It's nice to see that she does believe him. And then the episode ends with Stolas dancing with someone else, and Blitz just leaves. So that's quite sad. But it does have one of my favorite songs in the series, and it's really underrated. And if you've seen my ranking of all the songs from season 2, you know exactly what one I'm talking about. But anyway, sorry. What do we have after that? Okay, now we have Love. So I'm going to put Ghost Fuckers. That is the actual title. It's called Ghost Fuckers. I'm not even kidding. Yeah, this episode actually isn't that funny. I'm not gonna lie. I actually do think, like, on the funny scale, it's one of the worst episodes. But as an episode itself, it's really good. It gives us, like, how Blitz met Millie. So, finally it's a Millie love. And Millie's, like, past design is awesome. And I kind of wish she still looked like that. I get why she doesn't. We get some lore with, like, this demon here, I think his name's Ronaldo, I think. And he is scary. He's, like, from the Envy Ring, and he, like... There's a scene at the end when he, like, takes over Blitz's body and makes him relive all of his trauma. And that was, wow. But again, the episode's not funny. I really don't... It's actually the least funny episode. They tried too hard to be funny, if that makes sense. But yeah. We also get, Blitz calls Millie his best friend, and which is good. It's nice to know that his relationship with Millie and Moxie and Luna is still good. But, yeah. Although it's a good episode, it's not a funny episode. Anyway, Sinsmith, the season 2 finale. I really enjoyed this episode. This is the episode I was talking about where, like, we get, like, anti-Stolas stuff, but we didn't get merch for it, which we should have. Because, like, at this point, spoilers for, like, Mastermind, Stolas has lost his status as a Prince of Hell, so everyone's treating him how they want to now. They just, like, throw things at him, they swear at him, but everyone loves Blitz because, I'll explain why. So, yeah, there's even a scene where Stolas cuts the queue in a supermarket because he doesn't understand that queues exist, and everyone's, like, angry at him, obviously. So, yeah. I actually think he deserves it, although... I think, you know why I love this episode, because of Via's arc in this episode. I actually really like Via in this episode a lot. It's good to know that, she's not putting up with her dad lying to her anymore. And a lot of people don't like that and blame her, and I think that's really problematic, but you know what, it's whatever. I'll have my opinion, you have your opinion, I guess. But, and we also got my favourite song in Season 2, which is Via's song, I'll Be Okay. And at first it was jarring, and I didn't think it sounded like her, but I've kind of changed my mind about that now. And, this episode's much funnier than the Ghost Fuckers. It really is, because Andre and Stella are hilarious in this episode. Hilarious! But anyway, was there ever any doubt? Mastermind is the best episode of the season for me. It is really good. It's like, we meet all of the sins for the first time. We get to learn more about hell and how their hierarchy works. The fact that Satan doesn't even hear Blitz out, he just wants to execute him and get over with is wow. We also get one of the best songs in the series, Mastermind, and that is a proper duet between Stolas and Blitz. And I've said it before, but I get proper chills every time Satan joins in with a song. Like, his voice is ironically godly. And I also kind of like the fact that, like, Andre's the one that set up all the court. And in his perspective, either Stolas is going to, come and save him and then confess to it, which is what happened, or they just kill Blitz and you know, obviously since Blitz is an imp, they don't see his life as any value. So from their perspective, be like, oh, it's just an imp. We'll just kill him, and they'll use that as a bragging right towards, you know, Stolas, obviously. But yeah, this is definitely the best episode. You know, I do feel bad because this is the first episode as well where Via actually interacts with her mum. And it's, you know, because it's not because she feels sorry for her, because she loves her, which I do think she does love her, to be fair, but not as much as herself. But she's only comforting her because she finally got what she wanted. She now has possession of all of Stolas' things. Because since Stolas confessed to giving Blitz the grimoire, the magic book, he loses his status as a prince of hell. It was to save Blitz, and while I do think he did the right thing there, I also kind of hate the fact that he didn't even once think of Via. But I have a whole video about that if you want to go watch it. I'm not really sure what else to say, to be honest, because I'm still got kind of brain fogging here. But yeah, this is my favorite episode of season 2, and it's not even close. But that's my ranking of all the episodes from season 2. Let me know what your favorite episode is in the comments down below, and I'll try and be back with like a proper video soon. And I'll see you next time, hopefully. Bye!